Hello and welcome to Straightforward with Gagan. My journey from ignorance to excellence, all my life journeys, they all are interlinked with each other. But the best one I found is my spiritual journey, my spiritual realms, or my understanding about God, or my establishing my communication with God. And to understand all this, you have to watch all my videos. That why I call this journey my communication with God and thoughts. Like I said in the previous programs, how I visited a sacred world couple of times, and it happened many times to me. I will share all those incidents one by one, but today I like to share my experience or thoughts, how I come to know, how I come to know how to communicate with God, what does God mean to me. All those things I will clear like in coming videos, but today I just like to say share what thoughts help me to understand God and help me to establish my communication with God. And the best thought and first thought I used to understand and communicate with God is revolutionary thoughts of Guru Ravidas ji. As I grow old, as I study more, as I come to this situation now, I understood many things, and I will be talking about all those things one by one. But one thing I wanted to understand from very young age, that why this caste and religious hatred spread like and hurt people, hate people and kill people. Why we create violence? Why we do violence on the name of God? Why we do discrimination on the name of God? Why we hate each other on the name of religion, God, or caste and this and the other? Why can't we all accept we are just a human being? But all these questions were in my mind, and whenever I have some sort of problem, whenever I find some sort of injustice, uh, unlawful things, or inhuman things, I would just try to ask God this question, that why He created all these things, and to understand that and to establish that communication with my God. Best thought that helped me is Guru Ravidas ji's thoughts, and from village temple up to now, always I try to involve in many groups those related to SC, ST, BC, OBC communities of India, especially Ravdasya community, Valmik community, Ambedkarite communities, and many more. Just there was one thing in my mind that I need to understand, why we get discriminated, hate, why we get hatred from other people, and why all these religious and caste-based hatred, culture-based hatred develop onto violence and hurt and kill people. So all these questions were always in my mind, and I wanted to support, motivate, educate, aware people, especially the SC, ST, BC, OBC people of India. I wanted to aware them that they need to change their life, they need to improve their living standard, they need to improve their education, knowledge, they need to improve their health, they need to improve their thoughts and all ultimate improvement in their life. So all these thoughts always in my mind, and whenever I see any problem, whenever I see any injustice, whenever I see any bad, hear or see any bad news, I would simply just try to complain it to my God, that God, why you do this, why you do this to people, why people hate each other, why people hate, hurt, discriminate on the basis of caste, religion and culture, this and the other. All these questions I would just simply talk to God with my mind, and this of my practice means this practice always there. Even now, whenever I try to worship God or try to pray God, I pray with my mind and I pray to God directly. I will clear all these things. What does God mean to me, and who is my God? I will clear all these in next videos. So only thing I like to say today, that the best thoughts, religious thought or spiritual thought, those who help me to establish my communication with God, my connection with God. The first thought were Guru Ravidasji's thought, and then I follow some other thoughts in my life, like Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Satguru Kabir Ji, Baba Farid Ji, Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's thoughts, and Baba Bulle Shah's thought. Many thought I have read in my life. Many thought I read and try to understand them and try to implement in my life. And simply I reached to a conclusion that I'm just a human being, nothing else, and I will clear that why I think like this. So please, if you still hasn't subscribed my channels, please subscribe, follow, and try to watch all my long videos I do on Monday and Friday, Monday in English and Friday in Punjabi. I just try to share all my life incidents, those who helped me to understand God. And like I said, one of them were my Guru Ravidas Ji's thoughts to understand and establish my communication with God. That's the reason I always involve in Ravidasiya community, and whenever whichever group I involve in, I just try to share my true honest thoughts, what I think about Guru Ravidas Ji's thoughts, what I think about worshipping God. And I always clear this with everyone, that we don't just need to sing songs about Guru Ravidas Ji, or we don't just need to talk about Guru Ravidas Ji, or we don't need to promote Guru Ravidas Ji. We need to understand their basic thoughts, understand the philosophy of Guru Ravidas Ji, and try to implement that into our life and do every possible effort to change our life. And this has to be followed by every human. We need to follow God. We need to worship God the way we all have different faiths, but the way we do, we should worship God. Same time, we should do every possible effort to transform our life, to improve our life living as well. So that's what I like to say today. And again, it's very difficult. I am talking on the phone, talking on the camera, sorry. It's very difficult for me to communicate, but the things I have learned, I always say is this, the things I have learned in life, through my life experiences, through the incidents of happened in my life. I will talk about all those incidents one by one, but I like to say, please subscribe and follow my channel, so you get the video every Monday I do in English and every Friday I do in Punjabi. Just try to cover both languages, and I'm going to start one program, one video in Hindi as well, on Indian news and reviews. So please subscribe my platform, subscribe, follow, like my platform, and remember, I will do videos, long videos on Monday and Friday. Otherwise, I do share some small shorts daily. You can ignore those, but I am trying to share more about more explained videos on Monday and Friday. Monday in English, Friday in Punjabi. Going to start in Hindi as well for Indian news. So please subscribe, follow my platforms, my channels. I'll be very thankful to you. Thank you very much.